Hi, welcome back to At the Table with Shirley. Today's topic is either we believe him or we don't. You know, I say that a lot of times to people that we have prayed together and petitioned for this and that, and we can become a little weary and a little discouraged. And I'll always say, and I have to tell myself this too, well, do we either believe him or we don't? You know, where do we stand? I know he puts a lot of trust in us, doesn't he? He trusts us with people he brings to us, and he trusts us to do what we commit to do for him or what he asks us to do. And I have a few bullet points. Do we trust his promises? Do we? You know, Abraham did. Abraham died and still not receiving the promise. But he trusted God. He knew it was for future generations. And we really need to be thinking about that too. We need to be thinking about those future generations. We need to stand firm and fast and show our trust and belief in him to encourage those coming along behind us. Do we trust him to protect us? Oh my goodness, we'd be so miserable if we didn't, wouldn't we? I pray every day, every morning, for my family, and I ask his hand upon them and angels around them, and for him to reach into their future, to their day and even beyond, and to bind and rebuke and cast out any plot or plan of the enemy to wreak havoc in their lives. And that's the wording I always use too. But if I didn't trust him to do that, my children are all grown, my grandchildren are all grown. I have no control over them. I would be miserable with worry and anxiety if I didn't trust him, if I didn't believe him to take care of them. Do we trust him to provide for us? You know, do we fret and worry about what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear? The word tells us not to. He says, you know, consider the flowers of the field, how beautiful they are. And if he clothes them in such beauty and splendor, how much more would he do for us, his own children? Do we trust him to hear us? You know, when you pray, do you feel like it goes to the ceiling and stops? It doesn't. He hears it. He leans down and hears us. You know, I did a little recording a few weeks ago about my being a little speck in humanity, how that dawned on me during prayer one day, and I was just overwhelmed with emotions at the thought of that me being a little nothing in billions of people on earth, that he would come and be with me. His presence is so strong sometimes, and he would listen to me and talk to me. Do we trust him to be there for us? Well, he says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. Do we believe it? We either believe it or we don't. Do we trust him to heal us? He says he will. He also tells us that we have the authority and power to lay hands on others and they will be healed. Do we believe that? Do we walk in that? Do we trust him to lead and guide us? Do we ask him to open doors for us? And if there are doors of opportunity brought before us, do we ask him to open that door wide if it's something he is doing for us and it's his will, or slam it shut if it isn't? You know, we have to do our part too, don't we? You know, I learned a very valuable lesson one time on this when the Holy Spirit had really been prompting me to start some book studies, and I just kept testing him, say, wait, if you really want me to do this, if this is you, you know, do something, show me. And this went on for weeks. And finally, one morning in prayer, the Holy Spirit spoke so clearly to me and said, you know, if you don't do what the Father is asking you to do, he's going to give your assignment to someone else. Ooh, the fear of the Lord really came over me at that moment. I did not want him to give my assignment to someone else. And that day, I got on social media and created an event and put it out there and asked if anyone would like to do it. And that's been over 5 years ago. and it's been going strong. And gosh, we've grown and learned so much together. It's been such a blessing. But that was my mistrust of him. He was telling me very clearly that I needed to do this, but I was scared. I was nervous. What will people think of me? Will they think, who does she think she is? Or, all of these things were going through my mind when I should have just said, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. And now I'm all the time saying, yes, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, you have my yes, Lord, to whatever may come, whatever you want me to do. Just always let me know that it is truly you, and he will. You know the difference. We have the gift of discerning spirits. We know. So either we believe him or we don't. What do you think? Share with me in the comments below. I would love that. And thank you so much for your support. I have people pouring out their love on me and encouraging me with these videos, and it just means so much. Love you all. I pray for you. Please continue to pray for me, and I will see you next time. Bye.